he can do. He's been very difficult in the morning. So far he's been good, but he's just bulking a little bit here. He's a son of Tapit. If looks win races, he is certainly the best looking race in here, but he just has to put it all together.
And that is the grey, Lani, going forward, though being a little mulish, as though he was hinting at there. Frank Conversation, pony all the way in, handler in the stalls is in and waiting patiently. They won't want too long a hold here with Frank Conversation from stall 1. Given the way the earlier dirt races played out, Angus, I'd imagine Doug O'Neill is delighted with the 1 box.
I think he will be. He won't want to leave that rail, whether something crosses him and leads him or not. He'll want to stay on that rail. Watch out for Polar River hitting a bit of a flat spot 3/4 of the way down the back. She's done it in all of her runs here to date. She may well do it again.
1900 metres on the dirt for the Group 2 UAE Derby. Will Polar River make it a perfect 5 from 5? In she goes. Here's Terry Spargo.
Polar River loaded away. They're ready. Racing in the Derby, Polar River and Frank Conversation from the inside, the first pair away. Valdori began well and goes forward looking for the lead. On the rocks will settle fourth. You Change pushes through in the middle. Lazam is second last, and Lani had dropped out to the rear of the small field as they make the first turn and go past the mile marker with short of 1600 metres left to run. Valdori took over in the Derby, led by 3 parts of a length to Frank Conversation. On the rocks out 3 wide is allowed to stride and goes up to pressure the leader. Polar River settles fourth on the fence. You Change is 5th and 3 deep. A length away, Lazam, and 2.5 lengths to Lani, who whipped the field in as they work past the 1200 metres mark. Having run the first quarter in a very leisurely 26.4, Valdori holds the fence. On the rocks the outside, and You Change now whips right around the outside to go looking for the lead as they go towards the back bend, and You Change takes over. Lani, coming from last, strides up to be second. Valdori is third. A length away on the rocks on the outside of Polar River. Frank Conversation is now second last 3 deep, and Lazam whipped them in as they left the 700 metres mark astern. 850.4, 1201, 14.1, and You Change a length in front of Lani coming onto the bend. A length away is Valdori. Polar River is now coming away from the fence. Pat is angling her between runners as they're in the straight with 350 metres left to go. You Change led from Lani. Valdori, Polar River's on the outside. The zip's not there yet. You Change in front with 200 metres left to go. Lani still second. Polar River's only battling on the outside, but she's coming now. Lani gets to You Change. Polar River's still 3/4 of a length away. Lani in front. It's Japan's Derby. Lani has beaten Polar River, You Change, and Valdori. Then on the rocks, Lazam and Frank Conversation.
Japanese trainers fielded 3 of this 7-strong field, and they have prevailed courtesy of Lani. This colt by Tapit has won for Mikio Matsunaga. Yutaka Taki, the great superstar of Far Eastern horse racing, is the man in the saddle. Chalk another big race up for him. But Polar River had an awful trip through the race. She was stuck in a pocket. She angled out for a run. She tried to split horses. She couldn't go through the gap. In the end, she's made the ground down the outside. She got a terrific roar from the crowd, willing her on. The first time this evening, they've really engaged with a finish, but she was never quite going to get there.
No, she wasn't, Nick.